Eric Gray, you are a New York football giant. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. And in the fifth round with pick number 172, Joe Schoen gets another playmaker for this offense. Eric Gray, the running back out of Oklahoma. At Chat Sports, we had him as the 12th ranked running back in this class, number 136 overall. He measures in at 5'9.5", 207 pounds. I like it. I don't love it. He spent 2 years at Tennessee. His freshman year in 2019, he led the Tennessee Volunteers in rushing touchdowns. He was the bowl game MVP. Then in 2020, he led the team in rushing. Then he transferred to Oklahoma in 2021, and he started 5 games before Kennedy Brooks took over as the starter. Then in 2022, he was second team All Big 12, led the team in rushing, and then led the Big 12 in yards per rush as well. This is someone that finally had that breakout year with the Sooners in 2022. He had 213 carries, just over 1,350 yards, 6.4 yards per carry, 11 total touchdowns on the ground. He also gave you 33 receptions for 229 yards. Runs low to the ground with a compact lower body, controlled footwork, and fluid hips for crisp cutting. Drops his hips to bounce laterally and make defenders miss in a phone booth or open space. He runs with bend and balance to keep his footing through tackle attempts. Patiently reads block and tempos with runs to keep linebackers from squaring him up. I like the pick. I don't love the pick, and I think he could be a good, solid player, but this is not your Saquon Barkley replacement. This is going to be a guy that's going to complement Saquon Barkley. He's going to be a complementary piece in this backfield. Now you got Eric Gray, Matt Breida, as well as Saquon Barkley, a little three-headed monster right there. Gary Brightwell is going to have to fight to make this roster. Ja'Shawn Corbin, the UDFA last year, he's probably going to look to try to fight to make this roster. Maybe he's another practice squad guy again. I like it. I don't love it. But I want to hear from you guys. Grade the pick for me down in the comments section. A really shifty running back. He's got that move where he's running this way and he just dead legs like that. Like, remember that run Saquon Barkley had against the Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs when he went like that? That's the type of move that he has. Yeah, shout out Seeps, Skull Vikes, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Grade the pick for me down in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. I'll give you my grade in a video later today. We're just breaking down the prospect in today's show. The Athletic's Dane Brugler, in my opinion, the best draft guy in the game, said Gray has only average speed and run power, but he is a balanced, agile runner with darting quickness and steady pass-catching skills. His play style is similar to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he should be a productive change of pace passing down back in the National Football League. In his pre-draft process testing numbers, he didn't run all that well. I feel like his speed on tape is actually better than the 4.6 40 that he did run. He is an explosive jumper, which maybe you see a couple hurdles, but that kind of just shows you the explosion. The broad jump and the vert, it shows you just more than how high you can jump and how far you could jump. It shows you the explosion that you could create from the lower body, and that's why he's able to make guys miss like he does. I like it. I don't love it. He is someone that, like they said, is going to be a change of pace back for the New York Giants. The Giants came into this draft definitely wanting to address the running back position, and they did that this year. Eric Gray last year had 11 touchdowns, 6.4 yards per carry. What I do like about him, he had 727 yards after contact. He had 21 carries of over 15 yards. He forced 58 missed tackles, which is tied for 39th most in college football this past year. PFF gave him a rushing grade of 92.4, an elusive rating of 96.2. 5'9", 207, so he's got a low center of gravity. It's actually pretty funny. His Ross score, which determines how athletic, Ross score, however you want to say it, determines how athletic you are. They actually compare him to Tiki Barber when it comes to athleticism. I like it. I don't love it, but he's definitely a player that's going to make this team better. Look, you're in round 5. You're hoping to get somebody that just contributes to this football team, and he's going to step in and get some carries right away. The Giants used Saquon Barkley so much last year. I believe he played the highest percentage of snaps for a running back, so you needed someone else in that backfield. I like Matt Breida, but he's not the best backup running back. He's a solid backup running back. I think he's more of a complimentary piece. He signed a one-year deal this offseason, so he may be out of the door next year. Maybe Eric Gray steps in as your long-term RB2 on this roster. I like the pick. I just don't love it. But he's a good running back, man. 6.4 yards per carry, 6.5, 1,300 yards this past year. Played in all 12 games. It's the missed tackles that really makes this guy pop off the screen. Go watch the highlights. He's putting his foot in the dirt. He's getting north and south. 58 forced missed tackles. He's a shifty little SOB. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, but make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. We put out videos every single day about Big Blue. So if you're looking for content every day about the New York Giants, news, rumors, updates, roster projection, everything, go ahead, hit that sub button down below. So the Giants, as we do film this video right after Eric Gray was picked, they have 3 more picks. They got to pick later on in the 6th round, and then they have 2 7th-round selections. And at this point, you're just throwing those darts at the dartboard, and you're hoping to hit. I think the biggest need left on this roster is still edge and off-ball linebacker. I'd like to get a sideline-to-sideline linebacker. I would have loved to get Ivan Pace here, but the Giants, they went with Eric Gray. Say it again? Okay, cool. Giants can still use an edge. They need a pass rusher because when you think about it, the only pass rushers they really have on this roster at this point are Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari. They could use a guy with some more juice, but who knows if you're going to get that guy at this point in round 6 and round 7. Here are the selections the Giants have made so far. 4 picks so far as the NFL draft is rolling on. You got Deonte Banks in round 1. Absolutely love that pick. Physical, athletic corner that can play press man. He can play zone. One of the most athletic guys, ran like a 4.3 240, was the fastest 40 at the corner position besides DJ Turner. He's a stud. This is your starting center week 1. John Michael Schmitz is going to start week 1 and be a walk-in, plug-and-play player for Big Blue. I absolutely love Jalen Hyatt. Does he need to be more of a route runner? Yes. They didn't ask him to do that, though, at Tennessee. But, man, Giants were the least explosive pass offense in the NFL last year. He's the most explosive player in this draft. He's special. I think I saw a stat on his touchdowns this year. It's over 40 yards per catch, and he had 15 of those last year for Tennessee. Then Eric Gray is the pick in round 5, pick 172. Eric Gray, you are a New York Giant. Welcome to the team. Everybody type his jersey, his initials down in the comments section. EG. Show the newest member of the New York Giants. Type EG down in the comments section.
College teammate of Jalen Hyatt as well.
Yes, he was. Good job, producer Coop. I didn't even think about that. Started off his career at Tennessee, finished the last 2 years with the Oklahoma Sooners. So I think that I'd like to see the Giants go edge in round 6 and maybe round 7. Here are the top edges left on the board. Lonnie Phelps, Andre Carter, Tyus Wheat, Caleb Murphy. And if you don't want to go edge, you could definitely still go inside linebacker. We are filming this video immediately after the Giants selected Eric Gray at 172, so I'm sure some of these guys will go before the Giants are back on the clock in the early 200s. I love Ivan Pace, man. He plays like his hair is on fire. He's a true sideline-to-sideline tackling machine. He gets downhill quickly. He's like something being launched out of a cannon. He really plays with a lot of force and explosion at that position. Not a good cover guy. That's not what he is. He's a downhill player. He's got blitzing ability. If he's there when the Giants are on the clock, it's round 6. I'd really like for him to take it. D. Winters as well as Anthony Orgy. Love that name. Let's have an orgy in the end zone if he gets a pick 6 or fumble 6. Then Muhammad Diabate, correct?
Yeah.
Muhammad Diabate out of Utah. So I want to ask you guys this question. Who do you want the Giants to draft next? Is there a name? Is there a position? Ryan says we could also use a safety. I wouldn't mind if you take a safety as well. I think safety, edge, linebacker are probably the 3 positions you want to look at next, maybe an interior offensive lineman you like. But remember, there's UDFAs. UDFAs are going to happen as well, and some of those will fight to make this roster. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because the draft content and coverage doesn't just stop today for us. We're going to have a video out tomorrow breaking down every UDFA that the Giants have signed. So make sure you're subscribed. Turn your notifications on. Thank you so much to everybody that's watched every single video we've put out in this live coverage of the New York Football Giants. Joe Schoen, you're doing a heck of a job. I'm so glad you're my GM.